In high school, I would rush home every day as fast as I could so I could log on to my computer. I had like a gaming computer at the time. So I could log onto my computer and play games with my friends. Or if they weren't online, I would play games on my own. I think I've got about 1,000 hours, a bit more than 1,000 hours in Counter-Strike, about 1,000 hours in Team Fortress 2, probably close to like 2,000 hours in Minecraft, to be honest, and probably like 1,000 hours in Roblox, Roblox that I used to play when I was like really young. And there's many reasons why I decided about 2 years ago why I decided to stop playing video games. So the main reason why I stopped playing video games was because they took all my attention away from me. Now I'm not talking about, the hour or two of time that I would spend playing the video game. Yes, that would take my attention away from me because I'd be focused on the video game for an hour or two, right? But the reason these video games took my attention away from me is because now you might not relate to this, you might not understand, but if you do relate to this, then you understand completely what I'm talking about. I was thinking about the video game for many hours of the day when I wasn't playing it. So yeah, I'd play maybe 2 to 3 hours of the video game a day. My last thought before I go to bed would be about the game. I'd be thinking about what I'm gonna do in Minecraft the next day. Or I'm thinking, how can I level up in Counter-Strike? That's what I'm thinking before bed. Those are some of my first thoughts I have when I wake up. And in class, I just wasn't able to pay attention because I was just daydreaming about the video game, thinking about what I'm gonna do when I get home. If you're constantly focused on this video game, your thoughts are all going towards it. That takes away from what you could do with the other potential I had in my life. These video games, they reward you so easily. Like, you barely do any work, you get reward. You get XP, you get level up, you get these rewards that spike your dopamine and take basically no effort. Now, if you're constantly getting rewarded like this, how do you expect to be able to enjoy something like, say, going to the gym, where the rewards are much smaller and take much longer to actualize? Basically, video games were pretty much like my full-time job. It's what my mind was just obsessed over all day long. But I understand, it can be hard. The video game can feel like your purpose in life. It can give your mind something to obsess over and focus on. Because if you don't have something for your mind to obsess over and focus on all day, then your mind's probably going to start thinking about insecure thoughts and depressing thoughts. So these video games give you essentially an escape from reality. That's why quitting them can be so difficult. When I made the decision to stop playing video games, I still played them from time to time for an entire year. It was very difficult to just drop them and stop playing. It can seem like when you stop playing video games, your life loses all meaning because this is what you love the most in your life and you're stopping it. This is the problem. Many people will cope and they'll say oh, I'm just playing 1 hour a day, or I'm just playing 30 minutes a day. First of all, knowing how long it takes to log onto your computer, how long it takes to get on Discord with all your friends, and how you just keep wanting to play one game. Most people who say they only play 1 hour, they're not playing 1 hour. They're probably playing more like 2 hours a day. The second point is, it doesn't matter how long you're playing. The fact is, if you are playing the video game, your mind will obsess about it for a large part of the day. Try to become more aware of when your mind is thinking about the video game, when you're thinking about the video game. When I wasn't playing video games, I spent a lot of time on YouTube, right? But what was I watching on YouTube? I was watching videos about the video game. So even when I wasn't playing video games, I was learning and thinking about the video game. And so I couldn't achieve any of the other goals that I deeply wanted to in my life because this video game was just that easy source of dopamine that I could get. And so my brain was unwilling to start obsessing about something new. Your subconscious mind is just gonna think away at the video game and plan what you're gonna do, how you're gonna level up, how you're gonna get better in the video game. Because the brain is trying to maximize dopamine in your life. And so obviously it's going to take the path of least resistance. So if it's got this activity in your life that can give it a ton of dopamine with basically no effort, it's going to obsess over that task. So your brain is going to hype up and go, yes, we found it. This is the path we need to take. This is what we need to put all of our resources towards. Modern life as we know it today is very new. Technology, video games, these low effort, high reward activities are relatively new in human history. Our brain evolved to deal with hunter-gatherer societies, cavemen basically. And so you can imagine that what these cavemen would be motivated to do is the activity that would give them the most dopamine. So probably like, hunting, sex, taking care of their children. These activities would be the highest reward activities of the time. And so that's what their brains would obsess over. That's what they would work towards. But these days we have these other sources of these other activities that give us much more dopamine than these simple things like hunting or exercising. Exercising would be like the modern equivalent of hunting.